Alright, let's begin. We're going to continue playing Eternal Strands today. This is day 6 of the gameplay. I feel like the game is beginning to set up for what will be the end game, the final conflict. I don't know exactly. We don't have a very good sense of where it's going, but I feel the narrative starting to hone in on a few things that I think will be what leads to our, climax and culmination of the story. So let's dive in and see what we have on the docket. Yes. Use the resonance modulator at the harness near Limitus in Arkan's Hearth. So that's our main objective. We do have a couple of side objectives that I think we'll start with. A lot of stuff in Lower Dynevron, and then a little bit in Dredger's Mire. So I'll kind of see there. And then we did get 2 new powers related to the Arc of the Winter Tide, which coats us in ice, which is kind of interesting. And then our the Arc of the Forge, which has this fire blowy up thing. So that's kind of cool. We've enjoyed that. Let's take a look. Actually, let me see. Can I upgrade? I need to still progress a little further to upgrade these stations. I think level 5 will be the end of upgrades for the stations. So let's continue forward. So Dredger's Mire is clear. Arc of the Stricken Earth, lovely. Lower Dynevron is the other place we need to go. There is an Arc of the Forge here in Glintwood Hollow, so we could try to upgrade our second fire strand a little bit. Nice. Thankfully, every place we're going is clear weather. Why don't we start there, just for funsies? Just for funsies. See if I can figure out how to beat this and collect its strand. Guessing it's going to be right over there. Hi. Yeah, so we've got almost all of our abilities now. This is the newest one, which I didn't use. That's cool. Oh, we can slide forward. What did it say was to detonate? Okay, just kind of undo it. I mean, that's cool. Arc of the Forge. Let's see what it said. After a rampage, the arc vents heat through the cores that appear on its hammer. There he is. So let's take this guy out, or see if we can. We'll just injure him a little bit, see if we can get him to rampage. by injuring one section of his body. Curious. How well my icy skin works against his flames. Can I climb? I can. Hi, avocado rat. Yes, my little Oni. Interesting. So yeah, I'm not really taking damage in that mode. Okay, so he's in rage mode now. It's going well. How are you? So once he's done being enraged, are you done being enraged? I think so. Okay, here he is, rampaging. Trying to play some 2v8, but the Q times for killer are as expected. Yeah. Hey, get the thing. Okay, there's a couple of them broken. We always love the Dark Souls moan. Hi, you wanna die? You can't hurt me, I'm encased in ice now. Break my ice, but I can just keep doing it. Hi, Goobs. Where is that wyvern? He is stinky. I think he's gone. Okay. I can drink a health flask while I'm in this mode. Cute. Come here, bitch. What have you been up to, Goobs? Mostly playing, you were playing COD last time I checked out, right? Alright, he's anger. He's big Angie. Oh, fuck you. Yes, you're big Angie. Come here. But I'm encased in ice. You can't hurt me. Well, the challenge with these guys, Avocado, is that I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to harvest his essence. And so, in order to do that, I need him to do this. I need him to rampage, and then I can... He's gonna vent his hammer. Yeah, here it is. Now I can break these. And now I'll be able to actually kill him, or take his spark. So the locust is under the heavy protective pauldron on his shoulder. So I need to break these off. Now that I've damaged his hammer enough, I should be able to finish this fairly quickly. Just a little Shadow of the Colossus work. Nope. Don't grab me, you little bastard. There it is.
Another flame strand for your mantle.
Arc of the Forge updated. Yay! So now we can upgrade one of our fire abilities. This is dense fog over this lake. Hi, Ludo. For sure. Come hang out whenever your queue times are too long, Avocado. Okay. Let's head to the next area we want to go to. Come on. I don't even know why I'm bothering harvesting the basic materials here. None of these are worth anything. Okay. Hi, Ludo. What are you up to, kitty? Okay. So next we need to go to Dredger's Mire, Archon's Expanse, and Sapper's Lake. So I think we'll just... yeah, go here. The normal entry point. Laundry day, much folding? Fair. Oh, that wasn't that big of a fall. He says about a fall that would literally one hit kill me in Elden Ring. Pretty sure... yeah, this is Sapper's Lake, so it's near here somewhere. But... are you quite... are you quite finished? You quite finished shooting at me? Evidently not. I do like that the environment is so destructible that even the enemies will, like, as they're trying to shoot you, they'll accidentally shoot through it and break the platforms they're on. Actually, yeah, you're probably up here, huh? The item that I want. I bet it's over here. It's a little enclave. Hi. Yeah, it's gotta be over here, huh? Yeah, there it is. Did see some, yeah, there's some Surgeborn here. Lovely. I know, it's frozen solid here. Alright, husk fragments. I wonder if... I can turn this on now. Ah, that clears up the miasma. Nice.
This cipher looks familiar. I'll need to get these back to Lane.
Lovely. And then, I don't know, did I ever go up here? Did I ever try melting this? There is something there. Pressure vent inoperable. Must have been something I came over here, didn't have the fire yet, because this is still a very early zone. So there was a lot that I couldn't like really interact with here. Pretty sure I discovered everything here, though. Because this was just these little items up there. So curious, like... These just denoting that these are items I can move? I don't know. How's Frog today? We're just kind of getting started. It's still early in the stream. So we'll see how much progress we make today. Where are you? There you are. I feel like we are going to make some progress today. Just judging on, like, where we are in the story, and the game seems to be... Yeah, 24 minutes in. The game seems to be, I don't know, kind of narrowing in on what the final conflict is going to be. So, like, I feel like we'll know today how many more streams there's going to be for this. Whether it's like one more after this or two more after this. Like, I feel like we're at that point. Or if the game has a rather abrupt ending, you know, it could be something we potentially finish today. But I feel like we probably have one more after this, barring any unusual circumstances. Leather. Yeah, exactly. Like we're on a side quest right now, but we're narrowing down to the end of the side quest. The side quests are starting to wrap up.
These all seem to be speeches that the Eye delivered. These are dated 40 years ago, but I could still imagine him saying all of these things today.
Alright, let's get out of here. You're a huge sucker for side quests. I've been doing basically every side quest I can find. What's this? I don't know what that was useful for. You return. How was your game? Yeah, were you the killer? So yeah, exactly. Did you survive? No, turns out in the most recent update, the behavior dev gave survivors a Glock. So now you can just shoot the killer. Get off of the tree. I don't want to be on the tree. Alright, lower Dynevron. Let's go. Where do I want to go here? Weaver's Rest, Three Sisters. Let's go to Broker's Heart. Your last game, Dwight pulled out and said, "It's you who will be dead by daylight." Not gonna lie, I would play that game, the fuck out of that game mode. No, they don't, Ludo. That's all a joke. I would play the fuck out of that game mode, but no.
Should be close to where the scry carrying caravan might have gone over the edge.
I'll have a look.
Oh. Excuse me. How dare you ignore my ensnaring blast. There we go. Boone circle shooting. That would be amazing. Honestly, I would love if they did some sort of a, like, turn the tables on the killer game mode where survivors get weapons and they have to kill the killer. That would be so fun. Way more fun than 2v8. Okay. April Fool's Day should make it so chests have a 1% chance of containing a gun.
Good news, Eric.
I can see. That's quite possibly our lost scries.
Will you be able to retrieve it?
Now that we've identified it, yes.
It actually just kills the killer if you shoot him with it. That's funny. Okay. Well, there's another side quest done. Alright. Weaver's Rest and Three Sisters, so this way. Ah. Good thing I got my climbing shoes on. Why is it frosty up here? I see.
It's a report blaming the Verdant Mines for an explosion near the bay. Supposedly, this explosion was the cause of the cyclical miasma floods. But we know that the floods were caused by Asylum. This doesn't add up.
They don't really look optimized for climbing. Yeah, they're... I mean, apparently they are, though. Alright, Weaver's Rest is where we're going next. God bless her lack of fall damage. of some stuff. Ironwood. Yeah, fuck. Huh, must be up here. Or, oh, it's behind here. Oh my god, can you... Really? Can't pick up any of that? Did we... Get rid of that stuff. I was ensnaring you. How dare you? How dare you? Love that for me. Ah. Secret door. Oh, fuck. Lovely. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Mysterious message.
Let's see. It seems to be information on Lucia's various projects. There are a lot of redactions here. Seems like someone was trying to hide something.
Okay. That is everything here. Let's return home. Can I upgrade anything? Oh, no, almost everything needs a forge upgrade, huh? Yeah. Never mind. Okay.
I can't believe we actually did it. It's been a pleasure working with your band. If we could match the drive and efficiency you all show, this place would be fixed in months.
You've been a support since we met, Arakim. I'm happy to work with you, especially if it helps us recover lost treasures.
We make a good team, Bryn. I'll get the runners on hauling that crate up and let you know when I know more.
Side quest complete. Now he wants to talk.
Teams are already working on the recovery of that chest you found.
Think we'll get lucky and it'll be the Scries?
I'm allowing myself a glimmer of hope. All the research we did says it's possible.
Okay. We have a new strand upgrade. Lovely. And side quest update here.
So what did we find out? Any big revelations? What's wrong?
This isn't what I expected at all. I think you need to read this yourself.
Well, sure, but... Alright. This is one of Lucia's journals, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I washed my hands of it, but they pressed onwards. He was fully aware of what I taught them, of course. What I'd taken from the Institute. And so, he let it happen. He knew they were going to try to pierce the veil, and now dozens are dead. He knew Vile, broke bread with them. But when they and the rest of the Verdant Minds went off to die, Kenrick just watched.
And now read this. A transcript of one of his speeches, delivered around the same time that journal entry was written.
We will root out these dissenter vermin at all levels of administration. Their ideology has claimed too many lives to be allowed to breathe free. In the meantime, to ensure peace and prosperity, martial law is in effect across remaining settlements. So he let the explosion happen, and used it for his own political gain. Wow. He's a real piece of work.
He didn't exactly engineer this, but he isn't innocent either. He sat back and allowed the Verdant Minds to try breaking through the veil. Then they unintentionally triggered a huge explosion, conveniently wiping themselves out in the process. And just like that, the Eye had a scapegoat on whom to blame the cyclical miasma floods. He used panic and fear to secure himself a spot as provisional leader. But everyone eventually forgot that provisional bit. I genuinely didn't expect this at all. I thought I'd find out that he'd just been mildly conniving all his life, not this.
So, what do we do about this then?
Hold on 1 second. I need to go grab something. Alright, we're back. Just had to grab something.
We need to confront him. He may be the Enclave's leader, but we can still take him to task on what he's covered up.
Wait, what? You really think that'll work?
Yes. I'll present him with our evidence, and he'll have to give us an explanation.
I'm open to the idea. But what makes you think he'll want to speak to us?
I'm confident in my powers of persuasion. I may be young, but a lifetime spent orbiting the seats of power in Judea, well, let's just say that I know how to appeal to a politician's better judgment.
Well, I trust your judgment.
Excellent. I'll finish writing this dossier, and I'll meet you in Cassidon's Hold. Have faith.
It's not you who I'm lacking faith in. Trust me. Anyway, I'll see you at the Hold.
I won't be long.
Okay. So with the Eye.
You don't mind me hanging out here, do you?
I've been reading over those caravan logs you brought in when helping Arik.
A little light reading before bed?
They do help me sleep. You know how important that is. The Enclave had 3 secrets to their trade success. These logs are good insight into how they leveraged that.
And you would very much like to tell me about how they did it, right?
Yes, I do want to tell someone. So brace yourself. So, the 3 keys to their success, right? The first was no wars. The Enclave never fought. Instead, they made it clear with loom gates and the arcs that messing with them was tactically doomed.
So they could trade with everyone. Even 2 nations at war with one another.
That was their second key. Unique products. The Enclave was the only place producing their enchantments. Try to declare a trade sanction against them for trading with your foe, and suddenly your foe has an edge you just lost.
That's a deft bit of maneuvering.
Their third key was having access to land and sea trade routes. Renland and Taza both relied on Enclave trade by land. Either one attempting to cut off caravans would provoke a response from the other, and the Enclave's north was unassailable by sea. That's why they built Cassidon's Hold.
Sharing trade knowledge is your happy place, isn't it, Kaz?
Oh yes. And do you know there's another place that's got 2 of these 3 advantages?
Where?
Your home, Calnhaven.
We don't have access to sea trade. And I wouldn't say we're at peace either. But you're thinking of our steel.
Best in the Maida. And you're the only people who know how to make it. Not only that, but while the Empire would love to put you back under their heel, they can't, can they?
No. Because we've started trading with other nations like Renland who wouldn't want to lose access.
That's peace.
So all we need is a port and we could be Enclave the Second?
Pretty much. I'm sure your leaders...
The Adelrad.
Right. Are aware of that. Probably the Empire too. Just fascinating how history repeats.
If we ever get out of here, I'll talk to my mother about this. Show her life on the roads helped me learn some things.
We'll get out, and when we do, you can say a big hello from us all. I've been thinking, maybe with the right person, I might change my mind about raising a family.
Really?
I would do anything for the people I care about. And what scares me about starting a family is the uncertainty of it.
But if you found someone you were certain about?
Someone I know would be a good partner, who would go to the ends of the earth for me and our kids.
Then you could do it.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if I struggled with fearing for the band's safety, the idea of what my mind might do to me over my own child terrifies me.
The right person won't judge you for that. They'll be patient.
You think so?
I'm sure of it.
It's all just hypothetical anyway.
Oh my god, we're still talking.
Hey, you got a sec?
Of course.
Great. Mind if we speak somewhere more private?
Lead the way.
So, there's something I need to tell you.
What's on your mind?
Honestly, you are. And it
Oh?
kind of snuck up on me. I was caught up in my own world before you came along and pulled me out of it. At first, I saw you as a friend, then one day, something just shifted that I can't quite put into words. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I think I'm falling for you.
We're being romanced.
Kaz, I appreciate you being honest about your feelings with me, but I just don't feel the same way.
Oh, well, okay. This is so fine. I just need a little time, if that's cool.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Talk later?
Talk later.
Talk now?
So,
This is...
this is horrendous.
Yikes. Is there any known cure for horrendous?
No, we are doomed to be weird around each other for an eternity.
Funny. I'm pretty comfortable with weird after spending so much time in the Enclave.
You are?
Yeah. Weird is nothing compared to an Ash Peak Drake breathing down your neck.
Jokes aside, we're good, Bryn. I just needed a minute, but we're good. That is, if you still want to be friends.
Nothing would make me happier.
Great.
Okay. I was very curious if there were going to be romance options in the game. Because it felt like a few characters were kind of like inching there. You miss good stories with good romance. I am not normally one for romance plots, but
Why do I feel as if I'm about to have my time wasted?
Let's see how this goes.
Please allow me to present my research. I promise it won't take but a moment. I've compiled a dossier concerning an event that occurred in the Enclave around 35 years ago.
And what event would that be, pray tell?
The attempt to pierce the veil. I can only assume you are familiar with the Verdant Mines.
The name rings a bell, though it's been decades, as you said.
They were the subject of many of your speeches. It's interesting that your memory on the subject is hazy.
You'll forgive me for not remembering the exact wording or subject of any of the hundreds of speeches I've delivered throughout my career.
That's not a problem. I can summarize my findings. Firstly, our evidence suggests, with a high level of confidence, that you were aware of the Verdant Mines' plans to pierce the veil. Secondly, in support of that assertion, you gained this knowledge through your close relationship with the enchantress known as Lucia.
I never knew any enchantress by that name.
That's odd, since you seem to have been a recurring character in her personal journals.
Mass Effect 1 through 3, you made sure you did everything to flirt with, make it with Kaiden. And in Mass Effect 3, near the end game, you bumped uglies.
Though, truth be told, she didn't seem particularly fond of you in the later entries. So, back to the attempt to pierce the veil. You knew...
I knew that it would go poorly.
You knew?
Of course I did. But what does it matter?
You could have stopped it.
But I didn't. Pray tell, Lawkeeper. What goal did you hold in your mind as you traveled here?
I wanted to learn the truth about the past. To...
Lane Free Selectus.
Oop,
That's who you are.
Skipped a little dialogue.
Yes?
That's correct. Though, I'm not sure how... never mind. But my research...
Only thing hotter is two real-life men doing the deed.
House Lectus of Udea. It's no wonder you felt the need to make something of yourself. Well, today will not be that day.
I bet.
Nor, I believe, will any. I won't waste my breath debating a jumped-up little snot from a house so consumed by cupidity that it can't even keep its hearths lit. Once a failure of a house, always a failure of a house. And it shows in your insipid rag parading as research.
Did you just call me a jumped-up little snot?
No, I didn't. You must have misheard me. Will that be all from you? I have other matters to attend to.
Skies! That is enough. Lane deserves better than this disrespect.
You dare to speak of respect? You, who broke into our home, who undid Asylum, who attempts to destroy decades of societal progress.
I'm trying to help rebuild the Enclave, not destroy it. Self-important jerks like you aren't helping.
I have single-handedly held back the tide of oblivion. I'm not self-important. I'm a damned hero. You and your lackey will remove yourselves from my presence, or I'll call the guards.
Bryn, thanks, but it's not worth it. I need to go.
Skies above. I was worried this would happen.
Checks out. Checks out. Oh, it's so red here. Honestly, it feels like a mistake. You know, it's like it's too red.
I can't even begin to explain how I feel. This is a disaster.
Did I make it worse?
No. No, not at all. Not for a moment. You were very kind and strong and supportive and courageous. It reminded me of why I left.
Home.
Everything back there was all about your house. Your actions or intent never mattered. And when I tried to forge a different path in life, The knives came out. I had no real choice but to leave. I thought I had left it all in my past, but now, here we are.
I'm really sorry, Lane. It must be hard to be reminded of that. Do you want to talk about it?
I think I need a little while to consider my next move. Maybe a long while. Sorry.
That's all right. I'll be here when you need me.
Thanks, Bryn.
They do want to talk, though.
How did he know? Lane, are you all right?
I'm just rattled. I never told you, or anyone else, my full name. Not because I didn't want you to know, or because I thought you'd judge me, just that I'm allowed to hold information back.
And the eye threw it at you like he'd known you your whole life.
Yes, and he accurately described the state of my house, too. Which is not a secret, particularly, but...
I wonder how he knew.
That's the very question that's been torturing me. As far as I know, we're the only people to ever make it through the Veil, and I was most certainly born after it was raised. There's no other way for information or news to make it through.
Before you ask, it wasn't me who told him.
But that raises the question, doesn't it? Who among us betrayed our trust? And how do they even know in the first place?
To be honest with you, I don't love the idea that we've got someone in our midst sharing information like that. I can't think of anyone in our camp who might intentionally hurt you. But that doesn't make it okay. When we find out who did this, I think you're owed an apology.
Yes, I suppose we'll need to keep our eyes open. Stay vigilant, Bryn.
I
Interesting.
took a break from work earlier to watch you on the scry. The way you take down those giant beasts, it's
I'm getting
breathtaking.
romanced by Lane, too.
Poetry in motion, even. If you weren't already journaling your exploits, I'd be dedicating page upon page to them.
I don't get to see myself from the outside very often.
Alas, if only I were an accomplished artist.
Too bad. I want to see what I look like when I'm exploring places that haven't been seen for decades.
Even without pictorial aids, you look brave, confident, powerful, ready for anything.
You had those adjectives ready to roll. You're watching me a lot.
Yes, it's what naturally came to mind, promise. Words are more my specialty, as I said.
I'm so curious. What the, now I want to know, like, what all the romanceable options are in here. Reforge a couple of these to be a little stronger.
function.
Okay. I think we only have the main quest, so I suspect this will be a major sort of story point for the game. And we'll unlock the next section of the game main storyline. Likely.
Ugh. I suppose if anywhere we're going to be too full of magic, it would be this place.
Oh.
A lot of the records were lost, but we know the real innovation happened down here.
And the Enclave's innovations took a lot of magic. Right.
Broker an unlikely alliance.
Well, that did something. I should go check with the Axel that it worked. Hope I'm not interrupting anything with her and the spindle.
I can't go to... Cassidon's Hold. Maybe I can from here? Yeah, now I can.
So the curves of the metal suggest...
I definitely think an enchanter had a hand in this, as well as someone with intimate knowledge of the loom gates.
Those two people could possibly be one person even. Though I can't fathom who it would be.
Keeping yourselves busy, I see?
It's a conundrum for the ages, that's for sure.
Ah, Bryn. You're back.
You've done amazing work with the resonance modulator. I'm certain this will be a turning point for us.
Thanks. But how do you know it worked?
The loom gate started glowing a strange color before you arrived. I took it as a hint that you'd succeeded.
Spoiled the surprise.
I'm sure the Surgeborn will be plenty surprised when they next try to use the loom gates.
Suffice to say, we're thrilled, Bryn. In a short time, you've done a lot to help us. We were, obviously, a little hesitant to trust newcomers.
Our first impression wasn't the best.
But now, we're in a much better situation when it comes to survival.
Happy to have helped. Without you two trusting me, I couldn't have achieved half as much. So, thank you for letting me in. I'm glad to have gotten to know both of you.
It's been my pleasure, Bryn.
Likewise.
Oh, are we gonna have a throuple?
So, let's recap for a moment. 1. We've stopped Surgeborn from navigating the Loomgate network by using the resonance modulator. 2. We've made huge leaps forward in regaining control over the Arcs. 3. We've armed and supplied the Scouts.
It certainly doesn't cast our last decade of work in a forgiving light, does it?
Listen, you've been surviving this crisis for a long time the only way you knew how. But now you have a path to move forward. Your people can choose to follow it, or dwell on past mistakes. Are we ready to face this threat head-on together?
Yes. You're right. Of course you are. We're at the point, resource-wise, where we can start making moves.
I don't really want to speak to my father
Fun
right now.
times indeed.
But I agree that it's time we put pressure on him to do something. Anything. Regardless of what he does, you've earned our support, Bryn. But first, I'd actually like to steal Hirun for a while, if you don't mind. I have some notes to go over with her.
By all means. Have fun.
Oh my.
I suppose I'll just get right to it. Why do you treat me differently?
What do you mean?
Everyone else gets the stern you, the you who's in charge, the Axel. But I get the friendly face, the compliance, this you who I don't understand. Is it because of my dad? Because everyone answers to him? Are you trying to get close to him through me? I can't handle it, Hirun. I need to know that I'm not just being manipulated by everyone around me.
It's not because of that.
Then... what is it?
I spend time around you because I want to. To see you, to speak with you, to work alongside you. To see the look in your eyes when you solve a problem. Skies, I shouldn't... None of this is... If we could find somewhere else, beyond the gaze of the hold...
Hirun. Stop. Take my hand. And we'll go. I have a place in mind. I didn't see it before, but... I think... I would like to tell you of the ways in which you are important to me, too.
Okay. Love that for them. Return to base camp to plan the next step. I need to figure out... Oh, nice. We can now upgrade our stations further. I need to figure out if I'm gonna romance anybody, who am I gonna romance? Because I get the feeling that Lane may be potentially going down that road, and I think Arakim may also be going down that road. And I need to figure out which one of them I would rather romance.
I know you're...
Oh, Bryn. You were right about the requisitions.
Obviously.
Are you gonna yell at me, sir?
Let me guess. You've come to ask me to apologize to your naive lawkeeper.
No.
No? Isn't that what self-proclaimed heroes do? Demand justice for your friends?
I would never ask Lane to waste their energy on a conversation with you again. Do I think how you spoke to them was a disgusting, brutish display? Absolutely. But justice doesn't come with an apology from you, does it?
They attacked my legacy. I merely put them in their place.
Exactly. Without remorse, an apology would just be posturing. No. Justice is served in the way Lane still chooses kindness every day, despite people like you trying to tear them down.
Their research tore me.
Justice is served in the way Lane gets to continue living as their wonderful, talented self. Whereas you have to keep living as yourself. As someone who is clearly in so much pain over his own existence, he needs to make other people feel small, so he can look big.
By the flames, save your idealistic speeches for someone who cares.
So we agree. There is no need for you to ever speak to or about Lane again.
Our preferences align, then.
Love that for us.
Congratulations on successfully recalibrating the loom gates. It's an impressive achievement. Considering your thimble broke the harness and prevented us from resetting the loom gate connections, helping with this initiative was the least you could do for us.
It's amazing what happens when we pool our resources.
Normally, I would impose sanctions on the Axle for inviting an outsider to access the harness. A rather grave breach of protocol, if I'm being honest. But thankfully for her, this aligns with our upcoming security efforts.
And what efforts would those be?
Confidential, I'm afraid.
Okay. Yeah, because there's this guy. Alright, let's go back to the way station. Oh. It's so bright red. Why is it so red?
What's going on?
Arik, why don't you fill her in?
Our plan worked. The Eye is mobilizing the scouts for a large-scale attack on the Surgeborn.
I take it the Axle and the Spindle put him up to this?
Yes. Not that Khan Stanild is admitting that. He claims that with the supply shortage taken care of and the Ark restoration underway, now is the time to strike.
And Bryn is receiving due credit for all her work, I'm sure.
No.
So what's his plan?
The scouts will stage a distraction in the underworks, while the Eye and the Spindle do something to the Grand Gate. That's all I know. The Eye wants everyone to convene at Cassidon's Hold for a speech to learn more.
He wants us there.
Khan Stanild loves an audience. Doesn't matter who's in it.
I thought you'd be happier about all this.
I have reservations about the Eye launching a plan using my scouts without consulting me.
The reality is, the leader of the Enclave has the power and influence we need to take a stand against the Surgeborn, regardless of how likable the man holding the title may be.
Power and influence, sure, but not the expertise.
My gut is telling me the Eye can't be trusted. People like him don't change overnight. Arik's right. We should proceed with caution.
It can't hurt to hear his big speech before jumping to conclusions.
I'm here to escort you. Talk to me when you're ready.
Okay. We can upgrade the camp. Oh, it is so fucking red here. Okay. We need 400 to upgrade all of our stations. There should be a way to do this faster. I don't think I need any more of these, but... Aspen's caravan, max level reached. Why are you hoarding so much? Because I keep picking up more stuff. Trade supplies. Oh, I see. So we can now get specific items. Nice. Soulless Forge. We can now farm specific items that way. That's a clever end game thing. Oh, I need another 50. Yeah. Yeah, that is a clever little end game thing to allow you to upgrade your gear to the max level and use the best resources for it. So you don't have to go literally farming everything. Bryn's Tent, also level 3, whatever that does. Yeah, we need more stuff. But we might be able to trade for some of it. Oh, I see. So I gotta salvage the resources from here into things. Got it. So like yeah, there really should be an option to select a number for this. Okay. Then if I want to trade supplies, I should also be able to see what I need more of. And how many I need. That would be a good upgrade to the game. So for this, we can now upgrade this one more. Need 3 refined serenite and 2 flame-turned leather. Yeah, this is why I'm hoarding so much, so I can finally upgrade shit. Need frostbane leather, ironheart crystal, and ceramic braided linen. Oh, that might be all I can get right now. Alright, we'll hold off upgrading everything until a little later. Lane wants to chat. Let's hold off on that too really quick. I might get a romancing option there. And I'm not quite ready to make that decision yet. Let's take a pause. We'll come back. We'll continue with what is going to be main story and a pretty big turning point, I feel. So we'll be back in a few.